Who's looking forward to it more than our commentary team of Darren Morgan and Willie Thorne.
Well, thank you, Ashley. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and what a match we've got in store. I mentioned in my pre-match little commentary with Dominic Dow, we've got the world #1 against the people's champion, Ronnie O'Sullivan, and it literally doesn't get any better than that. Of the two players, the man in form has to be Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's had to come through a minefield as far as the draw is concerned. Had to beat Mark Williams, then he had to beat Judd Trump, and now he's playing the world #1. It doesn't get much tougher than that. On the other hand, Darren, I think Selby's just quietly come into the tournament and just now showing his best form.
Yes, and like I said in our start-up to this evening's programme, Mark Selby had been a little bit quiet to start the tournament, but he's grown in confidence and he's got better as each round has gone on. Big test for him tonight. There's a lovely big crowd in here. And he's trying to get the thinnest of snicks there. The cue ball could go right up behind this yellow.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Just pulled in short. So it was a tempter for Ronnie to the right corner. Both players are going to have butterflies at the start of this match. Can't knock them for that.
It's amazing, really. You can play a bad shot as Mark Selby did last time to the table, and of course it forces a mistake from your opponent, but it doesn't appear at first glance he's left anything straightforward. Is there anything available in that pocket? Doesn't look like it, so only a safety shot. So Ronnie's been quite fortunate there to get away with that. Two of the very, very best safety players in the world, these two. We know they can break build with, along with the best, but both these players know the way around the table. You'd have to suggest Mark Selby's probably #2 to John Higgins in the tactical department. Ronnie O'Sullivan, of course, is possibly #1 in the break building department now. Stephen Hendry obviously was the #1 before. He's not quite playing as well as he used to do. Just resting into one next to the pink. He's got to be a little careful. If it's too hard, he could leave the bottom one of those two reds into the corner. Almost caught the red and pushed it on, but I think he's okay. Nothing straightforward again. Been looking at a few stats, Darren, and these two players have made 85 centuries this season between them. Mark Selby 45, Ronnie O'Sullivan 40. So even though Ronnie's not been in the best of form until he won the German Masters, they're just so good in the break building department.
Yes, really, I couldn't agree more. The only problem with that safety, he has put two reds in these corner pockets. Now, that one there, he looks like he's dead straight on the one to the left. I might see him try and pot this off the cushion. It just all depends whether that black is potable to the right corner. He's having a little look to see where the cue ball would have to be. Obviously, he got a slight angle on this red. He'll just pot it straight on, but as you can see, that's very straight. And that's tight with the black. So I think off the side cushion first. Did he play a developing shot there, Wills? That's what it looked like to us.
Yeah, I think he took a chance, didn't he? He wasn't quite sure. We saw the angle he had on the black. He had to finish really high on it, and he probably thought it was too risky. So he took a chance, and in fairness, he's been a little lucky not to get on it better than this. It will cut, but we need a pair of step ladders to reach this one. probably need the long extended spider if he decides to take the pot on. Because he was in trouble, just decided to play a containing safety. You never get the advantage in that kind of safety shot, but the balk end is not the safety area now because of the red over the corner pocket, so he's got to be a little careful with his safety. He's trying to decide whether he can cover the red over the corner with blue and yellow if he plays into the far left-hand corner of the table.
What have you got?
My colleague Darren Morgan's just put that line in, and I quite fancy that myself. If he gets it just right, that's where he'd like the cue ball to finish. But decided against it. He feels he can't get back into balk off that red. The red he was. Darren put a line up, and I think that shot's on there. You can see he can catch that red very, very thin on the right-hand side. As long as he misses a kiss on the blue, that's probably what's causing him the problem. Just worried about kissing the blue. He'll go very close to the blue if he plays this. He's played it well if he doesn't kiss the yellow. The blue's come to his rescue.
Yes, and he's put Mark now in a lot of trouble. I think Mark might look at just coming off the side cushion, resting onto that red by the corner. Yes, there wasn't a real lot he could do with that. Only had a bit of luck, but a little bit fortunate in kissing that yellow to give him a full ball snooker on both balls. In an ideal world, Ronnie'd love to get in behind that yellow. This red that's in front of the cue ball is blocking his path there, and I don't think he can go off it thin enough.
At least what this kind of frame does, being the first frame of the match, it gives both players time to settle. And now I've got rid of all their pre-match nerves. There's one thing for certain, we're just coming up to 9 minutes of play, and we'll have a few frames this evening that take a lot less time than this one. Back to normal now. Mark can play off the right hand side of the red and get in behind green, brown, or even the yellow, and then the frame should be normal. But I think Ronnie's played a careless safety shot there. I think this red might pot. Wow, he obviously played to just put the red on top of the red. He hasn't done that. But got away with it.
Never easy. To be fair to him, this could have been a lot easier for Ronnie. They've been going in at a slower pace this week across this top cushion. Missed by Ronnie. As the pink come to his rescue. I think just about. He might be able to get through to that outside red. It's going to be tight. This was an easy shot. It looks a lot easier at home. There's a lot thinner cut than what it actually was.
Same problem for Mark. He has to get the cue ball virtually on top of the yellow to cover those two reds on the right hand side. He's got to be a little bit careful with his safety shot. If he finishes short, got to make sure he reaches the top cushion. Now how's the weight? Not very good. It's a poor shot.
Well, bit of a twitchy start by both players. It's understandable. He hasn't missed many of these this week. A lot of respect out there, both players. Good shot by Mark Selby. All he had to do was make sure the pot to right centre. He always knew he was going to be on this yellow to left corner. So we all talk about dustbins and what have you. Well, he's put all his eggs in one basket there. Now has he been lucky? Because the two reds to the right corner, they went, and I got a sneaky feeling he might be on nothing here.
Yes, it was a very aggressive shot at first glance there, and I would have probably played in the same area that you, but Mark thought, well, the black's out of play, and I've got every chance of getting the black into play by playing that shot, and it's unbelievable to think he's not on a red. That looks the scenario. I don't think either of these two reds pot in the left-hand side. Played the aggressive shot, and unfortunately it's not worked for him this time.
Mark Selby, 3.
White's going close to that corner pocket. And if he can get an angle to this red to right corner, which I think he can, by sticking the cue ball in between yellow and brown. So at the moment, it's been a very cagey and nervy start by both players. It's good opening red, didn't want the cannon off the other one, so again it's going to be a safety. There's a clean pot.
This must be a bit of a record actually. When has Ronnie O'Sullivan ever been at 39 seconds a shot? Obviously very early in this game that will go down to about 16, 17, 18 seconds before the night's out.
Mark Selby, 1.